In this video, I will show you how to prepare your annual inventory for your business and how to fill up the sworn statements. In this video, I'll be showing you a step-by-step guide on what's involved with preparing an annual inventory listing for your business. It can be a bit tricky, but don't worry. I got it covered. Let me know if you have any questions. It would be best to watch until the end of this video because I will give some tips and important points in preparing the annual inventory listing. I'll show you also what inventory valuation you should use. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, I would like to ask you to hit the subscribe button to support my channel. In this video, I'll discuss 5 points. First, who is required to submit inventory listing? Second, where can you download the templates and the sworn statements? Third, how to prepare an annual inventory listing. Fourth, how to fill up sworn statements. Fifth, how to file an inventory listing. Let's get started. First, who must submit inventory listing to the BIR? According to the BIR Memorandum Circular Number 57/2015, all those businesses to sell goods or items, real estate dealers, developers, manufacturers, retailers or wholesalers, and those involved in construction. Therefore, if you acquired materials or supplies used to produce a product, you're required to submit an inventory listing. Second, where can you download the templates and sworn statements? The BIR provided the templates and sworn statements, and you can download these templates in the description below. Third, how to prepare an annual inventory listing? Step 1. Choose your templates. There are 3 templates to choose from when preparing the inventory listing. These templates are classified as retail or manufacturing, real estate industry, and lastly, is for the construction industry. What is the difference between retailers and manufacturers? These are engaged in buying and selling goods to the customers, while manufacturers are the ones who produce the products for sale. The only difference is the composition of the cost of sales. So, if you buy products to sell, you're a retailer. However, regardless of whether you're a retailer or manufacturer, you will use the Annexa template. For this video tutorial, I'll be using Template since most small businesses are engaged in selling goods. Note: inventories are different from the supplies. Inventories are items intended for sale, while supplies are not for sales but internal use only. Step 2. Fill up the template. Again, I want to emphasize that in this video, I will use Template A. If you're engaged in real estate or construction, please let us know in the comments section to assist you. Column 1. Product or inventory code. In this column, you need to indicate the product code or any code you use for recording purposes. If you're using POS or any software device, that would be a big help for you. Column 2. Item description. Make a brief description of the items or products. Column 3 to 5. Location information. If you have products consigned or held on consignment, you also have to indicate. Why do I need to do that? If you do not indicate if these items are held for a consignment, it will not match your ending inventory in your financial statements. The point is, even you have the items, but if it is for consignment, then you should exclude it from your inventory, and therefore you should indicate that in your inventory listing. On the other hand, if you have items on consignments, you should include that as part of your inventory if unsold at the end of the year. In column 3, use the business location, not your address. If the business is registered in the exact location, you will only have your address. So, what codes are you going to use? 1. CH are goods or products that are consigned. 2. P. These are part goods owned by related parties. These items are not for sale or consignments. You assume that your friend or family-related business asked you to store their supplies in your business warehouse. 3. Oh, these are your goods. So it means you own these items. 4. CO. If you have other goods or items sent for consignment are still your inventory as long as it is unsold. These items as consignments should have duplicate records in the consignee's forms. The BIR will investigate any differences in the reported stock. So make sure that your descriptions of items are the same as the consigned goods or commodities. Column 6. Inventory Valuation Method. In this column, you will use either first-in first-out method, weighted average method, or specific identification. This column requires knowledge in cost accounting, but don't worry, and I'll provide examples on how to use these three methods. You can check the link in the description below. Column 7. Unit Price. This column is the result of what inventory valuation method you decided to use. Make sure to use the unit price or estimated cost of the items, not the amount of the items when you sell. Column 8. Unit of Measurement. This column will indicate what unit of measurement you use for each item or inventory. Column 9. Total weight or volume. In this column, you will indicate the total items of the unsold inventories or materials. Column 10. Total cost. This column will show the amount of inventories to be presented in the financial statements. You can compute the total cost by multiplying columns 7 and 9. Step 3. Prepare soft copy and hard copy. Once you've filled up the spreadsheet, don't forget to save it. You also need to print the spreadsheet to be submitted to the BIR. You also need to submit the soft copy of the inventory list stored in digital versatile disk recordable or DVD-R, or USB. It must be appropriately labeled together with the notarized sworn statements. Fourth, how to fill up sworn statements. When submitting the inventory listing, you must attach this document. Submit with 3 copies and notarize to the BIR. After you fill up the statements, then you can proceed to the 3 bullets. The first bullet indicates either stock in trade, materials, supplies, or other goods. Use stock in trade if the inventories are for sale. However, if these items are used to produce items, then indicate as materials. If you're preparing inventory listing for the construction company, use materials. So in this tutorial, I will use stock in trade since it is engaged in selling goods. The next item is the applicable schedule, and you will use Annex A, B, C depending on the template you used. So again, in this case, I will indicate the applicable schedule as Annex A for retailers or manufacturers. The second bullet indicates the BIR Memorandum Circular Number on the submission of inventory listing. The memorandum to be shown is our MC 57/2015. Fifth, how to file inventory listing. The BIR requires to submit the inventory listing, together with the notarized sworn statements within 30 days after the end of the taxable year. Don't forget to bring the hard copy and soft copy of the inventory listing and the notarized sworn statements in 3 copies. Tips. 1. Make sure to use the suitable templates before submitting them to the BIR. If you submit the inventory listing in the wrong format, will be considered as not received by the RDO. 2. Prepare the inventory listing before the deadline. You can start preparing it as soon as you prepare the financial statements. Ensure that the amount of inventory in the inventory listing is the same as the amount of ending inventory presented in your financial statements. I hope this video helped you to prepare your inventory listing. Please share and like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thank you for watching.